Justin Trudeau's eyebrow makes a dash for freedom.
And for the international order that we have worked for generations to build. Ordinary men and women are too small-minded to govern their own affairs. That order and progress can only come when individuals surrender their rights to an all-powerful sovereign.
Peter Fonda's revolting Barron Trump rape threat has a CBC connection, and you won't hear about this anywhere in the mainstream media. I'm sure by now you've seen the Peter Fonda meltdown about little Barron Trump on Twitter. Fonda tweeted that we should rip Barron Trump from his mother's arms and put him in a cage with pedophiles and see if his mother will stand up against the giant a-hole she is married to. So, of course, Donald Trump Jr. had a terrific response, sticking up for his 11-year-old half-brother. He tweeted to Fonda that you're clearly a sick individual and everyone is an internet badass, but rather than attack an 11-year-old like a bully and coward, why don't you pick on someone a bit bigger? Let me know. Terrific response to remind everyone that Barron Trump is just an 11-year-old child and he shouldn't be sucked in to any adult political BS. That should have ended right there because, yeah, it is gross to offer to have an 11-year-old child raped. Even in the Gomorrah of the entertainment industry, this should have been too much, a bridge too far for anyone to want to jump in on Fonda's side. But it wasn't. I learned that no matter how gross the entertainment industry is, there is always some loser who will come along and take it up one more notch. Somebody named Pat Dussault replied to Donald Trump Jr. saying, "Don't worry, we're coming for Chloe too." Chloe is Donald Trump Jr.'s 3-year-old daughter. And this is very clearly either an offer to commit a pedophilic crime against little Chloe firsthand or to take her and stuff her in a cage with pedophiles. She's 3 years old. She's a baby. What kind of psychopath says these kinds of things? Well, a CBC one apparently. Here's where it gets interesting. Who exactly is Patrick Dussault? Well, if you'd gone to his LinkedIn page before it got deleted like independent journalist Mike Cernovich did, you'd find out that Dussault is from Montreal and he's a comedy writer who won the Canadian Comedy Award for television in Best Writing in a TV series or special. I dug up his IMDb page and it says that he's written 5 episodes of something called Chop Chop Ninja. I don't know what that is. I'm probably too old or just too interesting for that show. He's also worked on 21 episodes of the terribly unfunny Canadian comedy news show The Beaverton. Likewise, another 21 episodes of the life-sucking Time Burglar state broadcaster production. This hour has 22 minutes. Yeah, he's a CBC employee. You paid this guy. Dussault has also worked on the 2015 Much Music Video Awards and even a Just for Laughs production. So I guess when you're sitting at home watching all these shows and you think to yourself, these jokes are just so bad and so unfunny and so left-wing, they must be written by a crazy person? Well, this is why. I was going to go and watch some of the shows that he had written just to see how truly unfunny they really are, but I don't hate myself and I have a lot better things to do with my time. So after internet outrage, an angry mob of Twitter conservatives, and deleting his LinkedIn account, Dussault came back on Twitter to apologize. This is his apology. "I sincerely apologize to Donald Trump Jr. and his family for the reckless tweet that I posted earlier today. My careless words were mine alone and do not reflect the values or beliefs of any individual or organizations associated with me." Okay, let's just stop right here because this sounds like a big fat sorry that's prompted by a phone call from the CBC or another production that this guy's worked with. It feels like a company is forcing him to distance his opinions from them. Not all that sincere, more like professional preservation, but let's go on. He says, overwhelmed by recent events at the US border, I let my emotions get the best of me and made a failed, totally inappropriate attempt at humor. I was wrong, and I am truly sorry. Okay, fine. Normally an apology is good enough for me. I don't really need a pound of flesh from people when they say stupid stuff on the internet. Lord knows I have. A lot of us have. But let me go back in time just a few days before the rape threat to little Chloe and show you why this apology now is a complete and total insincere pile of garbage, and Dassault is taking all of us for a bunch of idiots. Let me show you a stack of tweets sent by Dassault just a few days ago. And he doesn't want anybody to see these tweets because he has now deleted his Twitter account in its entirety. So on June 14th, he sent this tweet to President Donald Trump. Happy birthday, real Donald Trump. I hope you die in your sleep tonight, but like super painfully and overwhelmed by remorse. Smiley face. Then on June 16th, he tweeted this about a Trump advisor. I really need Stephen Miller to die. I don't care how. I just need him dead. We all do. Then on June 16th, Dassault also tweeted this. Without hyperbole, this is indistinguishable from the Nazis. Impeachment isn't enough anymore. The entire Trump administration should be executed for crimes against humanity. Do you still believe Dassault's apology that this was just a one-time failed joke? I mean, he's a comedy writer for the CBC, so there's no such thing as a one-time failed joke. They're probably all failed jokes to some extent when the only buyers for your wit are from the state. But that aside, in the span of 1.5 to 2 days, he wished a Trump advisor dead, President Donald Trump dead, and then called for the execution of the entire Trump administration and added the assurance that he was serious, without hyperbole at all, that he wasn't exaggerating. This was his legitimate expression of his wishes. And that was all before the rape threat to little Chloe. Let me just preface my next opinion by saying that I actually don't think this Dassault guy is right in the head. I really don't. I'm not a doctor, but I mean, how could he be well? He's obsessed with harming the Trump family. He might need a visit from a doctor and then, I don't know, the Secret Service. So I have a level of compassion for this fellow that he would never have for conservatives like me, because it appears he may have some sort of emotional troubles. He's not really handling his role in the resistance all that well. Remember like 3 weeks ago when Roseanne Barr was a star at the top of her career, and then she made a stupid tweet that was arguably racist about a black woman and former Obama senior advisor named Valerie Jarrett? Roseanne said that if the Muslim Brotherhood and the Planet of the Apes had a baby, it would be Valerie Jarrett. Roseanne lost her top-rated show in a matter of hours after she apologized for what she explained was an Ambien-induced bad joke. Look, I'm not defending what Roseanne said. I can't defend her tweet. But Roseanne didn't offer to have a child raped, nor did she express a desire to see several people murdered for purely political reasons. Here's the thing. I don't make the rules about what constitutes outrage and what constitutes compassion when you say stupid things on the internet. The left has made the rules, and according to their new rules of war and engagement, this guy needs to be Roseanne Barred right into oblivion and denounced by everybody that he has ever come in contact with in a professional manner. And judging by the leftist timeline, this should have probably happened already, probably sometime last night. The turnaround time here is supposed to be just a matter of a few hours from stupid comment to complete and utter professional ruin for the rest of your life. Roseanne lost her show for far less than what Dassault has said. That's because Roseanne's crime really wasn't racism, it was Trump support. And how do we know her crime was really Trump support and not just a bad sort of racist joke? Well, because Peter Fonda's new movie is still being released, and Dassault will work again writing jokes that nobody laughs at.